On this one, I just need you to tell me first if you hear a difference between pedal number 1 and pedal number 2. I guess this sounds kind of familiar, huh? At this point. This is strictly an experiment, not necessarily comparing, pedals within a certain category or anything like that. All right, pedal number 1. Okay, did anybody hear a difference between those two? Yeah, pretty much everybody, almost everybody. Okay, who?
Some single note lines.
Let's do some single note lines, Zach.
Yes.
He's reminding me of the things I forget. That's all right. All right, single note, please. Okay, still hear a difference? All right, who liked pedal number 1 the best? Couple. How about pedal number 2? Vast majority? Okay. Well, you're going to be surprised by this one. There's a lot of mythology out there in the pedal world. There's a lot of mythology out there in the real world, too. But there's a lot in the pedal world. What you just heard was true bypass versus our own, what we call pure tone bypass. The pedal that you chose overwhelmingly as having a better clean sound was going through a bypass buffer. It wasn't true bypass. Is that fairly shocking? I know, everybody tells you gotta have true bypass, you gotta have true bypass. Well, true bypass is good for keeping the sound clean for that individual pedal. In other words, your tone isn't getting sucked off into the circuitry of the pedal because you're connecting the input jack to the output jack directly. It's fine for that. However, we actually have a 25-foot cable going over to the amp over here from the table. It's the best cable I know of. It's George L's cable. It's a high-end cable. It's the stuff I use. It's the stuff I'll continue to use. It's the best. But 25 feet of any cable, even the best cable, you're going to have a little bit of capacitance going on. The subtle difference that you heard between pedal 1 and pedal 2 was cable capacitance. The little bit of dullness that you heard with pedal 1, that's cable capacitance. You can't get away from it. With the pure tone buffer, what it does is it eliminates that. It's not coloring your tone. It's not adding highs. There's no EQ involved in the pure tone buffer that we designed at all. It's flat as flat can be. There is no EQ in it. Actually, it was a Root 808 pedal in bypass mode. Yeah. The other pedal was a Keeley compressor. It's one of any true bypass pedals I could have used there, because they're all, the bypass thing is all the same. It's just connecting the input jack to the output jack through a switch. And I was using actually 2 true bypass loop boxes to switch between the buffered pedal and the true bypass pedal. So it was legit. So you weren't hearing any added treble that was being added into the signal or anything like that. It was just, what it was doing was converting the signal from high impedance to low impedance and allowing it to get through that cable, no matter how long that cable is. You could have, if you put a visual sound pedal, for example, at the front of your pedal board, the front of your chain of effects, and then have a dozen pedals after it, whether they're true bypass or not, doesn't matter. 25 feet of cable, it's still going to sound just as clean as that. It's not going to get, your signal is not going to get lost. So. Or 142 pedals. Actually, yeah, we did that at the world's largest pedal board event. That's right. Every pedal that we make has that in it.
What about after wireless?
No problem. It doesn't care where it is. In fact, whether it's being fed a high impedance signal or a low impedance signal, it still works. It doesn't care what it takes in, actually. That's one of the good things about it. It also has RF blocking in it. So if you're playing down Lower Broadway and you're using one of our pedals and it happens to be first in the chain, well, you're not going to pick up the radio station across the street. So it works really well, as you just found out.